For centuries, art and craft depended on patrons, the church, the state, private collectors. Today that role is increasingly taken by luxury brands. But why? I've been researching this topic for several months now, and today I want to tell you about several initiatives that are genuinely changing the landscape of contemporary art and craft. I believe this is not just marketing, it's a philosophy. What distinguishes today's cultural involvement is its scale and duration. Luxury brands are no longer attaching their names to events. They are building foundations, museums, prizes, archives, and educational programs. This creates a parallel cultural infrastructure, private, global, and influential. I often research collectible design and historical pieces while working on my own projects. One of the platforms I use for reference and something sourcing is First Dibs. It's a curated marketplace for vintage, antique, and contemporary design where you can find everything from mid-century furniture to rare jewelry and fine art. If you're building a collection, a studio, or simply training your eye, I've added a link below. In 1984, Alain-Dominique Perrin, then president of Cartier, does something no one had done before. He creates the Fondation Cartier, the first corporate contemporary art foundation in France. Not just a collection for offices, not sponsorship of individual exhibitions, but a fully fledged institution with its own space, curators, and program. Since 1991, Fondation Cartier has been collaborating with David Lynch. Yes, the same director who created Twin Peaks and Mulholland Drive. But Lynch also was an artist. He painted, created installations, experimented with sound. Cartier gave him a platform that no traditional gallery would have. Over almost 40 years, the foundation has supported hundreds of artists. Jean-Michel Otoniel, Ron Mueck, Moebius, Agnès Varda. The list is impressively diverse. But most importantly, Fondation Cartier doesn't dictate aesthetics. They don't look for artists who fit the brand. They look for those who have something to say. – 2014, Paris. A building opens that looks like something from the future. Architect Frank Gehry was one of the most influential architects of our time, and the building itself is already a work of art. Bernard Arnault, head of the world's largest luxury conglomerate, invested over 100 million euros in this project, and it was a personal vision. Arnault has been collecting art for decades, Picasso, Giacometti, Yves Klein, but the foundation is not just a place for his collection. Retrospectives of Basquiat and the Gonchile have been held here, exhibitions of Chinese and African contemporary art, project with MoMA and the Centre Pompidou. Foundation operates at the intersection of commerce and culture, and it does so openly. Over 1 million people every year. And now something closer to us, to those who work with their hands. 2016. Jonathan Anderson, creative director of Loewe, launches the Loewe Craft Prize, an international award for craftspeople and artists who work in techniques that have existed for centuries. Ceramics, textile, glass, wood, metal, weaving. Anderson himself is a craft collector. He believes that handwork is not a relic of the past. It's a counterpoint to a world where everything is generated by algorithms. The prize is €50,000, but the money isn't what matters most. What matters is visibility. Finalists are exhibited in museums around the world. Their works are published in international media. For many, this is the start of an international career. Milan, a former distillery, today one of the most interesting cultural spaces in Europe. Fondazione Prada opened in 2015. Architect Rem Koolhaas, the same one who designed the CCTV headquarters in Beijing and the Seattle Library. Miuccia Prada and her husband Patrizio Bertelli created not just an exhibition space. They created a place where art, architecture, cinema, and philosophy meet. They've collaborated with the director Wes Anderson on an exhibition exploring the relationship between cinema and art. Fondazione Prada isn't afraid of difficult subjects. They've done exhibitions on politics, ecology, artificial intelligence. They've collaborated with philosophers and scientists, not just artists. Hermès approaches the question differently. Foundation Hermès, created in 2008, focuses on what the brand knows best, on passing down mastery. Their manufacture program works with schools. Children from 10 to 15 years old learn to work with their hands, with leather, wood, ceramics, not to become Hermès craftsmen, but to understand the value of manual work in principle. Hermès teaches them patience, concentration, respect material. The foundation also supports artist residencies around the world, from New York to Tokyo. Artists receive time, space, and resources to experiment, with no requirements for results. This is rare. Most grants require a specific product. Hermès gives freedom. recent years, many new initiatives have emerged, and they often target those who were previously overlooked. Chanel Next Prize, 1 million euros, distributed among 10 artists each year. The focus is on those who work at the intersection of art and technology, performance, digital art, immersive installations. Max Mara Art Prize for Women, an award exclusively for women artists. The winner receives a residency in Italy and a solo exhibition at the Whitechapel Gallery in London. Dior Lady Art, a project where artists from different countries reimagine the iconic Lady Dior bag. Is it a commercial product? Yeah. But at the same time, a platform for artists from Vietnam, South Africa, Colombia, those who are rarely invited into the world of high fashion. Van Cleef and Arpels created L'École, a school of jewelry arts. Open courses for everyone, including workshops for children and teenagers. Paris, Hong Kong, Dubai, Shanghai. Is this pure altruism? No. Luxury brands gain reputation from this. Cultural capital, association with something greater than a product. But does it matter? Artists receive support, craftspeople recognition, the younger generation access to what would otherwise remain in closed circles. And this is not a complete list. The landscape is changing. And if you're an artist, a craftsperson, a maker, it's worth paying attention. Links to all Foundation and prizes in the description.